We have an adopted son.
Okay. How old is your adopted son?
He's 16.
Okay.
And I've been taking care of him by myself for probably the last 6 years.
Today, we'll take a look at a case where Miss Martha Sanchez sought child support from her husband, who's been running from his duties for 6 years.
And because I couldn't have children, and so Mr. Sanchez thought that we should adopt.
Really? So this guy willingly adopted a child and then refused to support his wife in taking care of him?
Several years ago, he also decided that he should have a secretarial person in his life, so to speak.
What do you mean by that?
He had an affair with his secretary.
Oh, okay.
And so I was left to raise our son by myself.
His nonchalant behavior suggests that maybe he mistook adoption for a gym membership or something.
That you're raising him by yourself. He's not giving you any type of support?
No.
Do you know if he has any money?
I know he does. I know that his parents just recently passed away, and they had a big farm, and they had a lot of land, and they had a bunch of cows, and so I know they're worth something, and he's always had a steady job.
Money doesn't seem to be the issue with this man. He just lacks basic human decency.
He worked for the government forever, and he doesn't think that he should have to pay me any child support because he said it's not his biological child, and
Wait a minute, real quick. You understand that an adopted child is your legal responsibility, right?
Absolutely, and I never said I don't take care of him.
Now he's pulling the not my blood excuse, as if he didn't sign the adoption papers himself.
To take care of my child,
Okay.
even though he is adopted.
Okay. Well, even though the adoption part has nothing to do with it. And from now on, don't call him adoptive son, okay? He's your son.
That's correct.
Legally adopted, your son.
That's correct.
He thought he could light up the whole court with a technicality, but the judge hit him with some harsh reality.
So you said his parents are deceased.
his parents died about a year ago, and he inherited a lot of land that's worth probably close to $200,000.
Okay.
And there's some cattle being run on there.
200,000. And you say he worked for the government?
He does. He works for the government, Your Honor.
All that inherited property, and he didn't have a single dime to spare for his own child.
You work for the government currently, and you inherited some land, and you have cattle on that land, and you have not paid her any money for your son?
I inherited 10 acres. That's it. I've got 600
That's
cattle.
it? Do you know how many acres 10 acres is?
Did he really hit the judge with the I'm broke defense while sitting on a giant piece of land? If stupidity were a crop, he'd be the richest farmer alive.
Okay.
Well, it's
You
not
have 10
in the
acres. How much?
City of wherever.
Is it accurate what she said that these acres are worth almost $200,000?
$160,000.
Okay, that's close to you know
Well,
what?
that's $40,000 less.
It may be, but it's still worth close to $200,000, which is what she said.
Judge Vond shut him down for his vague mathematics session because arguing over 6 figures while his son is waiting for basic child support is peak deadbeat logic.
The cattle. Okay, so to combine, that's $200,000.
Well, it sounds like it.
So you have assets and worth in excess of $200,000, and you don't want to give this woman anything for your son?
I'll give her something.
Excuse me? You'll give her something.
He successfully flipped the judge's switch. He thought he was being generous, but he ended up landing on a court-mandated payment plan.
I'm a caseworker.
Okay.
We make very little money as a case. You do cases all the time.
Sir.
I'm a caseworker. I deal with this all the time.
Okay.
No one was buying his sob story at all. If caseworkers make so little, why was he flexing about his inheritance? Absolutely outrageous.
This isn't fair.
How much do you make as a caseworker? No, what's not fair is the fact that you have not given her any money and you have assets worth $200,000 and you work an everyday job. How much money are you making on your job every day?
40, 50,000, that's it.
40, 50,000. You know what, sir? You came in here to waste my time.
Unfair, man. What's really unfair is your son growing up with a father who thinks basic responsibility is a personal attack.
That is ridiculous. You're making a lot of money and you haven't given her anything.
I take care of the child. He comes to the farm. I teach him things about how to work the land. I mean, I spend so much time with that child.
So he thought teaching his kid how to feed the cows was a substitute for the required financial support? That's some serious bull crap.
You have so much money when you add together what you make yearly along with your assets. What I can do is take a reasonable amount of that and calculate your child support, okay?
Reasonable amount.
Reasonable.
Okay.
I said, that's what I said.
What do you consider reasonable?
I thought I was the judge in asking the questions.
Well,
This guy had a lot of audacity to act like that after clearly bailing on his responsibilities.
Your Honor, our son is 16 and he is playing football in school, and he has all these expenses, and I have asked Mr. Sanchez to please give us some money to buy the uniforms and for all these other expenses, and he's going to be coming up on graduation and
Okay.
all those expenses.
Now that he knew the actual cost of raising a teenager, he was probably slumped in his seat, shocked as hell.
To give me anything, that's the excuse I get all the time. Well, I take him to the farm, I teach him how to milk the cows, or I teach him how to bale the hay. Well, I'm sorry, but that's not paying for his football uniform.
And I agree with that. It costs money to raise a child.
It's so satisfying to watch her throw his own nonsense in his face, right in front of the judge.
I have been dealing with this all my life with this woman. I take him out just so I don't have to listen to it.
You know what, sir? That is very uncalled for.
That's all she does, is complain.
After annoying the hell out of his wife for so many years, he dared to throw a tantrum right in court. He must have thought he was the main character of this tragedy.
You have not been giving her anything for the support of your child.
Okay, I'll support the child. Just leave me alone.
Okay, she's getting ready to leave you alone right now because I'm getting ready to bother you with these numbers, okay?
Judge Vaughn didn't even waste a minute before smashing him under all the financial responsibilities he would have to pay for the rest of his life.
What we're going to do is calculate your child support based on, you say you make about $50,000 as a case manager, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to add that with that $40,000 worth of cattle that you have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so they give you a gross of $90,000.